On the phone lines now, we've got Alison Holst. A very good morning to you, Alison.
Good morning. Good morning.
Now, you've got a really cool cookbook out at the moment called Fast and Fun Family Food. That's a really hard title to say, fast.
It is, isn't it?
When are you going to just make one that just says easy food?
Easy food.
Easy food.
But this is fast and fun, you see. It's very hard to know.
This is true.
Very hard.
It's got what you've got in the book and the titles. That's
look, I have to tell you first, because this is book. I've written a lot of books, and I've never, every time I look through this book, it makes me feel happy. Now, I have no idea why, and no other book I've written before has made me feel like it. It's very strange.
It is. It's one of those things, I must admit, too. When I look through a cooking book, I look and go, that looks nice, that looks nice, that looks nice. But whenever I cook it, it looks nothing like it. Do you do that like the first hit and then make it look nice, or does it take a couple of cookings to go?
No, it just goes like that. And it should go like it first time.
No, it does. It tastes beautiful. It never looks as nice as... Obviously, it's me doing putting it on the plate wrong or something.
Maybe you have to stick a bit of parsley on top.
Maybe. That always makes things look good. Parsley. Done.
But what's nice about this book is there's little sections. Every section's sort of 4 pages, just 2 double pages. And there's time in that for... this is for parents with children. Well, any parent can have fun with this book, but it's especially for parents who haven't cooked a lot and aren't too sure what they should start cooking for their young children once they sort of get beyond the baby food stage. And it's quite hard, that sort of thing, because if you've been working all your life till you have babies, and suddenly you've got this little creature that's growing rapidly and you've got to keep feeding it different things, it's quite hard to know where to start. And I hope that inexperienced parents will particularly read the first little bit in each section before they start on the recipes, because I've tried to do helpful things there. And the recipes in this, all of these recipes, are things that my children and my grandchildren have been given, and they've all said yum and not yuck.
And I must admit, it's not just new parents as well. I must admit, I've flicked through it and made up a couple of the recipes, and it's real simple.
Oh, thank you. I'm pleased you've made a couple. That's very nice.
I was going to say, if I can make it, anyone can make it. Seriously.
Well, you don't have to have complicated things. One of the things that people often flip through and say, oh, mouse traps. Now, I've put this in a little section called Save That Slice, because often you have the end of a loaf left over and you don't know what to do with those few stale bits and you throw them out for the birds. But you can make Melba toast, you can make mouse traps, a little bit of, Marmite and some grated cheese and pop it in the oven. It's lovely after school. Toasted cheese sandwiches or croutons or French toast or cheese strata. Now, those are all easy recipes that just take a few slices of stale bread and a few other bits and pieces, and you've got a meal.
I know there's a few people around probably the King Country right now with mouths drooling, and they thought, food, yum.
That's what it's about, isn't it?
Indeed.
So it's... I don't know why I like it so much. It's very funny. Simon did all the food arrangements and food things for the photography, and it's nice. I like that too, because it's all nice and light and cheerful, and it doesn't look too serious. It's the sort of thing it'll look like when you make it.
Now, I've got to ask this question, Alison, because you've been around the trap, so to speak, for quite a while. I have. And you're still looking like you're 21, so that's always a good thing. But is it weird going to the supermarket and seeing your face above the free fill your own things, or?
Well, it is a bit sometimes. Yes.
Have you ever just wanted to stand there and then when someone walked past, then move and say, "Hi, how you doing?" and freak them out?
Well, I sometimes do. I see people standing there, I sort of chat to them.
Yeah, that's me. That's me up there.
Sometimes we have some cereals with my name on too, and they're often put up high in our supermarket, and little old ladies who can't reach the top sort of say to me, because I'm tall, "Excuse me, would you mind lifting down this package for me?" And I do, and I say, "Well, look, this is my package." And they look so surprised, because they've just looked for a tall person.
Yeah.
So you never know. But it's Yeah, it's funny. I've had a photo on the front of a magazine recently, and it's surprising the number of people who've sort of looked at me and say, "You look like the person on the cover of that magazine." Well, yes.
There's a reason for that. It's because it's me. Yeah.
If you go into the post office, for example, here was a row of me there, and I'd sort of see them looking at that and looking at me. It's funny, but it's all good fun. People are so nice.
Indeed. Now, I've another question I've got to ask. What are your thoughts on the chef that everyone loves to watch TV just to count the swear words, Gordon Ramsay? What is your views on him being a chef and a cook yourself? What do you think of him?
Well, you see, I'm not a chef. A chef is different because he's got to run a kitchen. But I'll tell you what, I have met Gordon Ramsay. When I was living in Wellington, he came to a Guild of Food Writers meeting at the one of those big government places I was at, and he was charm itself because I'd seen him in action on TV. Of course, I watched the Food Channel.
Yep.
And he could not have been nicer. Here he was with this pink baby face. So I guess people have that. And, you know, sometimes if you want to make your name, sometimes you have to have a gimmick.
Yeah.
And that probably is his gimmick, but I wouldn't like to be on the receiving end of some of those yelling matches.
No, I wouldn't either, and I know that in radio you can't do that because if you swear on air, you get in trouble. So,
well, it's rude.
Indeed.
I think it's terrible to make somebody feel embarrassed.
I don't like reality TV shows for that reason. I just think it's weird and stupid. But anyway, Alison, your new book is out. It's called Fast and Fun Family Food. I'm going to get that right sooner or later. And I just want to say thank you very much for helping out people like me to be actually learning how to cook and to keep bringing out the books. They're really, really nice.
Thank you so much. Well, I hope this book's going to help a lot of parents. I think it's a lovely thing for grandparents to give to new mothers, maybe. And I hope that everybody who cooks the recipes from it, including all my family, really enjoys them.
Alison, hope you have a fantastic day.
Thank you very much, Gareth. Lovely to talk to you.